From viciously adorable koala bears to animals you should probably avoid, here are 12 cute animals that are actually dangerous.
Hey guys, this is American Eye, bringing you another great video.
Number 12. Sea leopards. The chances you encounter a sea leopard are pretty slim. But if you manage to, you probably don't want to get too close. This is actually the third largest seal in the animal kingdom, and female sea leopards are actually capable of weighing 1,300 pounds and are able to grow 10 feet long. Despite their large size, they can still swim at 25 miles an hour. When they open their mouths, you can see their razor-sharp teeth, and they're not afraid to use them either. The carnivorous sea leopard will eat anything from squid to sea elephants if they have to. They are very territorial and are known for attacking divers. In a rare case, one sea lion actually thought a National Geographic photographer was a baby sea lion and was trying to show him how to hunt. She actually brought him back several penguins for a meal, but imagine he refused to eat it. Number 11. Koala bears. Koalas are some of the most adorable looking marsupials on the planet, and you may just have to resist your urge to give them a big hug. Koalas may not be carnivorous, but they do sleep a lot. That doesn't mean they won't attack you. These guys might be short, but they're big enough to come at your legs with their razor-sharp claws and possibly sever your femoral artery. And are you really gonna fight back against an adorable koala? They make some terrifying noises too. This photo here, captured in Australia, warns you about the possibility of deadly koalas that are lurking here late at night, waiting for their next victim. They certainly won't hesitate to strike down anyone who's unfortunate enough to have their cars break down in the pitch-dark eucalyptus forest of Australia, so watch out. Number 10. Hedgehogs. Hedgehogs probably aren't the most dangerous animal out there, but with their popularity rising as an exotic pet, people don't always realize that they can be dangerous. They are absolutely adorable, and many people would love to get their hands on these, but maybe they shouldn't. Hedgehogs have quills similar to the ones that porcupines do, which can be dangerous to humans. The quills have been known to carry different germs that can affect people, especially if they get stung with the quills. The germs can get sent directly to the bloodstream, almost like a syringe, thanks to the sharp quills. People have reported getting fevers, stomach pain, rashes after getting pricked. It's recommended that large families with younger children try to avoid getting this as a household pet, and improper care of the hedgehog can increase its deadliness. Number 9. Platypus. This strange animal is covered in fur, lays eggs, has venom, and is still considered a mammal. It only lives in Australia and actually nurses its young. They might look kind of cute and cuddly at first, but once you understand that this is the only warm-blooded creature that actually has venom glands, you might start to back up. After detailed analysis, it shows that platypi are the most distant mammal creature. They actually have genetic similarities to both reptiles and birds. This has been an important factor to try to understand where mammals came from. Although they still lay eggs, they're classified as a mammal. But they really seem like some kind of mammal-reptile hybrid. It's quite amazing that such a strange creature even exists. But here's what you need to watch out for. Their pain-inducing stingers located on their feet are composed of 19 chemicals which will induce bodily harm. We can go ahead and thank our reptilian ancestors for this strange one. The babies of these animals are also quite strange. They come out to be about the size of a jelly bean because the eggs lack nutrients. Some say that getting stung by a platypus is the most intense pain they've ever witnessed. But before we get to our next one, we'd like to thank Callus Enoch for leaving us this comment on our Craziest Laws video. Number 8. Raccoons. We didn't know they actually had a rule north of the border like this, but it probably makes sense not to feed these guys. Raccoons may look cute and cuddly, but they have some seriously sharp teeth, and they can carry some nasty diseases with them. Getting bit by one will most likely cause anyone some kind of infection. They aren't venomous by any means, but rabies, if unvaccinated immediately, is almost always fatal. Rabies is a disease caused by a virus, and raccoons are known to have this quite commonly. In case you don't know too much about rabies, let's just put it this way. If there is any disease out there that closely resembles the behavior of a flesh-eating zombie, it's rabies. Getting rabies from raccoons is the most common way to be infected in the United States. Some people might make the wrong decision of trying to pet one of these animals and get their hand bit. Hopefully you had your rabies shot, or you'll certainly catch the virus. Number 7. Tarsier. The tarsier is a cuddly-looking primate that you probably didn't even know existed, and they were once widespread in Southeast Asia. fossils indicate that they haven't changed much in size in the past 45 million years. These guys are known to prey upon birds, snakes, lizards, and even bats. In fact, it's the only carnivorous primate. But kinda like that girl you went on a date with, this furry, large-eyed creature cannot be touched. In fact, it will turn completely neurotic if you do. It becomes overwhelmed by so much anxiety that it actually bangs its head into a tree in a fit of self-destruction. So not only could it be dangerous to you, but itself as well. It's also the second smallest primate in the world. Each one of its eyes is actually heavier than its brain, and it cannot rotate its eyeballs. Number 6. Panda Bears. While most people assume that panda bears are too cute to put up a fight, this isn't always the case. The reason we don't hear about more panda attacks is simply because there aren't enough of them. In 2006, at the Beijing Zoo, a man crawled into the enclosure of a panda bear and wanted to give the cute and cuddly looking creature a big bear hug, when suddenly it bites him. The Chinese man retaliated a little bit back to the panda. This is normally why alcohol isn't allowed at zoos. Although pandas are mostly known for biting bamboo, they have no problem ripping flesh with their teeth if they feel threatened. They have to have really sharp teeth to be able to rip through that bamboo. In this photo, you can see the man, who is named Mr. Kwanzi. The idiot received at least 8 operations and almost had to have his leg amputated. Zoo experts have warned that these bears shouldn't be judged by their appearance and have incredibly strong jaws. Number 5. Macaque Monkeys. Many of us might take into consideration of the possibility of getting a pet monkey. Sure, they seem a little bit wild and whatnot, but could they actually cause a zombie apocalypse? There was a really close call that many probably aren't aware of that took place in our nation's capital. About 100 laboratory monkeys were imported about 27 years ago from the Philippines directly to Fort Detrick. This is a place where the military often conducted research on biological warfare weapons. Scientists were completely shocked to find out that all 100 monkeys were infected with Ebola. We can imagine the scenario for the zombie apocalypse, where a monkey with a rare disease attacks a laboratory worker, causing the virus to spread. Luckily for them, this was not Zaire Ebola, the most deadly strain. Unfortunately for the monkeys though, they didn't want to take any chances. All workers were placed in the quarantine for 45 days. Everyone turned out okay, this time. So yes, monkeys can really carry some scary pathogens with them and be aggressive as well. Number 4. The Puss Caterpillar. This mysterious little creature gets its name for its cat-like fur, but don't be mistaken. It's definitely something you don't want to pet. It might look like a furry toupee, but its fur is actually completely covered in venom. They're found in rainforests, but can make their way to swamps, even on our own home soil in Florida. Those who've had the unfortunate encounter with a puss caterpillar describe the experience to be very unpleasant to say the least. The sting results in swelling and is suggested to contact the poison control immediately. They take a wide variety of colors, and some are quite more frightening than others. Number 3. The red fox. Foxes aren't really too dangerous to humans, but they can go completely rabid in some rare cases. They're more dangerous to other animals in any case. The red fox is a common predator that lives in many different habitats around the world, including grasslands, mountains, deserts, you name it. The fox has a reputation of being extremely intelligent and often outsmarts its prey with certain tactics. They've also been spotted quite often in human habitats as well. They don't need to hunt in a pack like other creatures and can catch prey such as rabbits, small rodents, and birds. The red fox's thick tail acts as a balancing device, allowing it to move gracefully when capturing its meal, as well as a warm cover during the winters. It might be cute, but you probably don't want to move next to a fox den anytime soon. If you have any pet rabbits, you should seriously consider moving them far, far away. Number 2. The jackal. There are 3 species of jackals in eastern Africa: the striped jackal, the black-backed jackal, and the golden jackal. Each one is vicious. They cooperate in packs and attack antelopes, gazelle, snake, and even domesticated sheep. Anything smaller than a jackal could be its next potential victim. Jackals are victims of leopard attacks, making them not necessarily the top of the food chain, but they're definitely up there. Weighing about 35 pounds, they pack a lot of punch. And number 1, the honey badger. It's really a lot meaner than its appearance lets on to. Pound for pound, this could be the most vicious fighter out there. It will laugh in the face of leopards, and it doesn't mind eating a venomous snake for supper. Unlike the mongoose, the honey badger doesn't need a group of other badgers to hunt one. As the name might suggest, the honey badger loves honey. Even though bees are willing to lose their lives defending this nest, this fearless creature will destroy an entire nest and feast on the spoils of war. Sometimes a huge swarm can be a little bit much for the guy, but definitely makes our list for his courage and his fierce ability to take on fights with larger animals.